What would it mean for each team to win an NBA championship? How much would a player's legacy change? Let's find out. First, let's start with the Eastern Conference, beginning with the play-in teams, the Miami Heat. If the Miami Heat win the championship, they will become the first play-in team to ever win it, and Eric Spoelstra will win his third NBA title, putting him the first coaches to take two play-in teams to the finals and win one. That will seriously put him in GOAT conversation for coaches with Greg Popovich, Phil Jackson. He will be up there, or even better than them. Then Bam Adebayo, he will get his first ring and probably win his Finals MVP, and him also scoring 81 points all in one season. That would be the greatest season of all time. Mark my words, he will be the greatest player of all time, and he'll become a Miami legend, and will probably be the next cornerstone of the franchise for years to come. Next, Charlotte Hornets. If the Charlotte Hornets win, which is that's a stretch, it would be the LaMelo Ball's first NBA championship and possibly his first Finals MVP at a young age. He'll be a champion early in his career, and the Hornets would win their first championship in franchise history, which is honestly crazy to think, considering how bad they've been for so long. Hey, at least LaVar Ball would brag about his son getting his first ring. Next, Orlando Magic. This will be one of the greatest Cinderella runs of all time. Ball Pachenko taking a underrated Magic team and mid-Magic team all the way to the finals and winning it will instantly elevate him. He'll be in conversations with some of the best young players in the league, and this one will go down as one of, and probably one of, the greatest turnarounds ever. It'll be in the conversation of the 2011 Mavericks. This actually has a chance of happening, kind of. The Philadelphia 76ers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Really, really interesting. After years of people calling him injury prone, unreliable, garbage, not good enough, a playoff choker, he's garbage, he didn't deserve the MVP over Nikola Jokic. Joel Embiid finally winning a championship would completely change his legacy. He'll be in conversations like with Dirk and Giannis, winning multiple MVPs and winning an NBA championship and a Finals MVP, something that has been missing from his legacy. And another guy, Paul George, after years and years of people calling him washed or inconsistent, he would finally get his first ring. Especially with all the things that happened this season for Paul George, people calling him prescription P, that would be insane. I'm just saying, that would be a good story. Hey, Adam Silver, get that pen working. This would be a good storyline for the NBA. I'm just saying. Hey, maybe make me the script writer, I'll be a good script writer. The next one is the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks winning would be insane. After moving on from Trae Young, then suddenly becoming an NBA champion would be the craziest turnarounds and the craziest rebuilds of under months. Would be insane. Jalen Johnson would become one of the most underdog stories, going from underrated to a championship level first option. And Jonathan Kuminga, after being traded from the Golden State Warriors and kind of giving up on them, winning a ring and playing a majority role would be one of the greatest comeback stories in the league, and would probably make Curry can't sleep at night. It would probably make him not sleep at night. So maybe this is not a good idea. Adam Silver, don't take this idea. Next one is the Toronto Raptors. After the Kawhi Leonard era ended, the Raptors have been pretty mid, but if Scottie Barnes leads them to a championship, that would be one of the wildest and most unexpected runs in recent history. Next one, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The last time they won a championship was LeBron James in 2016, coming back down 3-1 from the Golden State Warriors. If Donovan Mitchell wins one, he will have the same number of championships in Cleveland as LeBron. Just let that sink in for a second. I'm not saying Donovan Mitchell's better than LeBron James. Calm down, Cavaliers fans. I'm just saying that would be a little crazy. I'm just saying. Just think about it. He'll become the face of the franchise, and James Harden would finally win a championship. He would completely erase the choker narrative and solidify himself as one of the greatest scorers ever. And him doing it would be insane. I'm just saying. Next, the New York Knicks. If the Knicks win, Jalen Brunson would become the face of New York, A short point guard leading a team to a championship would be inspiring for many generations. No, it'd be inspiring for me because if he could do it, I can do it. Probably not. He'll likely win his finals, and he'll probably win his first finals MVP. Then you got Karl-Anthony Towns, who's been called zesty, sometimes buns, sometimes trash. Him winning his first NBA championship. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart all getting their first ring. Let's be honest. If New York wins the championship, all things are breaking loose in New York. I'm telling you, if you live in New York, leave because it's going to be chaotic. Maybe this is not a good thing if New York wins a championship. Maybe that's why New York hasn't won in a while. Interesting. Next, the Boston Celtics. If the Celtics win again, Jason Tatum would add another championship to his resume and strengthen his legacy as one of the best in the league. And he'll have one of the greatest comeback stories that actually have a chance of happening. Would be insane. After having a torn Achilles last year in the second round of the playoffs against the Knicks, and going all the way back, coming back in the middle of the season, playing crazy and winning, going all the way to the NBA Finals and winning a championship would be one of the greatest stories of all time. Yes, Kevin Durant did do this, but hey, he didn't win a championship, alright? He fell short. Jason Tatum, the very next season, we all expected him not to play this season, but he ends up playing and maybe can take his team all the way to the NBA championship. That would be insane. And then we have Jaylen Brown, who continue providing for his team and carrying the team to keep them afloat in mid-season when Jason Tatum didn't exist. Now this was insane, alright? We all thought that the Celtics would suck, but now they're the second seed and have a chance to win the NBA Finals, and them winning the NBA Finals would be insane. And also, this team might be a dynasty. They won multiple championships in a short span of time, in under 3 years. That would be insane. Now, the Detroit Pistons, the last team on the East, for being one of the worst teams in the league, to winning a championship will be one of the greatest comeback stories ever. Cade Cunningham would go from a struggling team and on a bad team to leading the championship squad to a likely finals MVP. From being the worst team ever in history, from being one of the best teams ever in history, would be insane. Cade Cunningham going all the way for an NBA championship would be the greatest comeback story, and again, that actually has some chance of happening. That would be insane. Now, we are going to move to the Western Conference, the West Coast. Now we're going to go to the Golden State Warriors. If Steph Curry wins the championship, he would stop losing sleep at night and will get his 5th championship, putting him with Kobe Bryant that has 5 championships. This would help his legacy a lot, leading a team that people called washed, trash, and every time finding a way to bounce back would help his legacy tremendously. And it would put him in it would push him higher to all times debates, maybe into the GOAT conversation with Jordan and LeBron. You can have big 3, that would be cool. Hey, shoot, he might be better than LeBron. Hey, he beat him twice. You heard that from me. Next one, the Clippers. If the Clippers win, it would change everything for the franchise. When I mean everything, like this would be the first time they ever win a championship ever, instead of looking at the Lakers winning it. Kawhi Leonard would get his 3rd title, and with 3 different teams, something only LeBron James has ever done. The little brother narrative compared to the Lakers would finally be gone, and Kawhi Leonard planting trees would finally be over. Actually, he might be released next season. Dang, this would suck. But hey, a ring is a ring. The next one is the Portland Trail Blazers. If the Blazers win, if they win, it would be kind of crazy stories ever. With everything that has happened from their roster, or particularly off the court issues with Chauncey Billups gambling all the time. This would be insane. After all the fiasco has happened, Donny Avia taking this team, Blazers team, all the way to the championship. Hey, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna jump off a cliff. I'm serious. If this happens, I'll give you guys free tickets for the NBA season. Mark my words. If the Blazers do it, I'm paying tickets for all of you that are watching this video. that's a deal. I'll put my mouth where my money is. Next team, the Phoenix Suns. After all the drama in the offseason, trading Kevin Durant, dealing with expectations and consent pressure, if the Suns still win a championship, it would be insane. Devin Booker would get his first ring. Finally, of him not scoring 70 points and the team still losing, he finally gets his first ring. And Dylan Brooks, one of being the most criticized players that hate LeBron, it would be a complete flip narrative, a repetition, becoming a champion. And this would hurt, no, this is off topic, but this would hurt Kevin Durant's legacy a bit, because a team that wins after, from him moving forward, after he's trying to chase a championship, and then the Phoenix Suns go win a ring, yeah, he would be in, I don't know if he might sleep either. He might not ever get sleep. He's gonna be on this burner account saying that the Suns are trash, they're the most overrated team. Next team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards winning his first championship after multiple deep runs would be huge. He can start emerging as the face of the league conversations. Julius Randle will also silence a lot of critics, and by playing a major role on a championship team. That's a mid storyline. Next, the Houston Rockets. Ooh, this is my favorite. After years of trying to prove that he can't win with Steph Curry, and all the burner accounts and all the drama and all this criticism and consistent pressure, if Kevin Durant wins the championship with Houston, it would completely change his legacy forever. This would be his third ring and possible another Finals MVP, and will put him in serious conversations and start putting him in top 5 conversations that would enter a narrative around him and would actually shift everything around him. It would be insane. After calling Jabari Parker kind of dumb and winning a championship, hey, Kevin Durant might be one of the greatest players in the world. No, he might be in that top 5 conversation. Next one, the Lakers. Now this one, if LeBron James wins his 5th NBA championship at 41 without Luka Doncic and without Austin Reeves, that would be the greatest achievement in sports history. I don't care if anybody has to say it. A 41-year-old carrying a team, half of the players probably were babies when they were watching him. That, my friend, that is GOAT behavior right there. He would probably be the undisputed GOAT. And he will have to probably beat the Thunder and beat the Houston Rockets, and hell, might even beat the Spurs and Nuggets. That, my friend, is insane. That would put LeBron in the GOAT conversation. And when Luka Doncic comes back, he would get his first NBA championship after the Dallas Mavericks traded him to the Lakers, say because he was too fat and he couldn't play defense. Now that's a good storyline. NBA, get your pen working, make the Lakers win a championship. Because if you don't, I might have to beat you up. Next one, the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic wins another championship and another Finals MVP, and probably still wouldn't care about basketball. He would climb even higher all time. At this point, he could start entering into conversations as one of the greatest. That would be insane. Nikola Jokic not caring about basketball and winning 2 championships. That's something. The San Antonio Spurs. If Victor Wembanyama wins this early in his career, it would be historic. He would be one of the youngest Finals MVP ever, and well, not ever. Magic Johnson exists, and people would already start putting him in all-time trajectory. All right, he would be one of the tallest players to ever win it. All right, and possibly even as the future of the face of the NBA, because the Spurs are a good team and they have a good future around them. De'Aaron Fox getting his first ring after being held by the chains of the Sacramento Kings would be insane. The last but not least team, the Oklahoma City Thunder. If the Thunder go back to back, it would be the first team since the Golden State Warriors to the 2017-2018 Warriors to win back-to-back championship. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would have one of the most insane 2-year runs with multiple championships and multiple Finals MVP, and he might win his second MVP. It's looking likely. So you have 2 championships, 2 Finals MVPs, and 2 MVPs all in around 2 years, and that's how you start a dynasty. And the OKC will be running the year for the years. Wait, hold on, let's calm down. Shai winning 2 years, 2 years of insane dominance. That would be insane. From 2 years ago, people calling about the youngest team, they can't do anything, they're too young, they need more experience, from literally winning a championship. That, my friend, would be that would be insane. It would probably start another dynasty, and probably they have all the Clippers picks, so that actually might be terrible. Hey, one dynasty is the better. That's all the teams in the playoffs and the play-in. Who do you think is gonna win the championship? Let me know in the comments. Who do you think has a real